You are listening to Aftersight. This recording is intended solely for individuals who are blind or have low vision.
Thank you for joining us for the May 30th, 2024 Thursday reading of the Montrose and Delta News as seen in the May 27th, 2024 edition of the Montrose Mirror. Today we will be reading the following main articles. Mirror Board Tours Colorado Outdoors Project, written by Gail Marvell. Therapy Dogs Make a Difference at Montrose High School by Krista Brundage. City Council hears updates from Region 10 Project 7 by Caitlin Switzer, and including other miscellaneous articles. Let's begin. On the front page of the Montrose Mirror, the very first caption is "Remembering those who gave their lives for our nation." And there is a picture, and the description of the picture is American Legion Post 73 Montrose raising flags at Valley Lawn Cemetery on May 25th in preparation for Monday's Memorial Day ceremony. Services are planned for Valley Lawn Cemetery at 9 a.m. and Grandview Cemetery at 11 a.m. Photo courtesy of C.B. Williams. The next article is Mirror Board Tours Colorado Outdoors Project by Gail Marvell. Montrose. On May 22nd, in lieu of a monthly business meeting, the Montrose Urban Renewal Authority, MURA, Board, Mirror Board, took a tour of projects in the Colorado Outdoors Urban Renewal area. Some construction projects are completed, while others are in various stages of being fully operational. Facilitated by Colorado Outdoors Director of Community Relations Heidi Dragoo, the tour began at the recently opened Shelter Distilling. Master distiller and co-founder Jason Sr., who lives in Montrose, gave the board a behind-the-scenes guided tour of the facility and explained the state-of-the-art automated system. Reminiscent of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, which is for kids, Shelter Distilling sparks the adult imagination for spirits and distilled products, whiskey, canned cocktails, and beer. Specialized equipment, including 4-vessel SK Brewhouse stainless steel fermentation tanks, come from Italy, Washington, and Oregon. Because of the aging process, it can take 2 years for some products to become produced and ready to sell locally. However, wooden casks of bourbon shipped from Shelter's California location are currently held at a temporary storage area at the Montrose location. Senior said, "Our process, our building and opening, has been remarkably smooth. The next stop on the tour was a new 1/2 acre park, the Flex Park, which is located behind the rec centre's space and which will be open to the public in the next couple of weeks." Montrose City Engineer Scott Murphy said, "Sod will go down this week. The park is next to the public restrooms, so we expect those using the walking trails will use the park as a rest area." Toasty, an all-day eatery with a breakfast flair, will open in August. When asked about seating, a contractor said, "I think 75, but don't quote me on that." Open for only 5 weeks, the Fairfield Hotel has maintained an 80 to 90% occupancy rate for the last 2 weeks. General Manager Norman Mark said, "That could change once school is out. We're still trying to find the price point that works for Montrose. Right now, our rooms are $49 to $199 a night. The one negative we've heard is that we don't yet have shuttle service." The Fairfield offers a hot complimentary breakfast. Mark said, "The kitchen is not glamorous, but I like our kitchen. We have a fitness centre, the swimming pool and hot tub are open from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Handicapped rooms are now referred to as mobility accessible rooms," Mark said. "We have 8 or 9 hearing impaired rooms that are equipped with doorbells and flashing alarm lights. There are surveillance cameras in all hallways for the security of the guests and for housekeeping security. Mark decided the tour of the Fairfield would not be complete without showing off the utility room, complete with computerized hot water and fire suppressant systems. Regional news briefs. Drawdown operations completed at Crystal Reservoir area closure lifted. Special to the Mirror. Montrose. The Grand Mesa, Uncompahgre and Gunnison GMUG National Forests Uray Ranger District has announced the completion of drawdown operations at Crystal Reservoir. The area closure has been lifted. The closure was initially put in place as a precautionary measure to mitigate potential public safety concerns during the drawdown process. Recent dam assessments revealed potential structural concerns, and forest officials decided to temporarily close access to the dam and conduct a drawdown process to mitigate potential risks. With the drawdown process completed, dam and geotechnical engineers will perform a more detailed inspection in the coming weeks. We appreciate the public's cooperation and understanding during the critical period, said Dana Gardino, Uray District Ranger. Public safety is always our top priority. Now that the drawdown is complete, we can move to the next step in the process. For more information and updates on current fire restrictions, conditions and recreation opportunities on the Grand Mesa, Uncompahgre and Gunnison National Forests, visit the forest website or visit the social media pages on X, formerly known as Twitter, and on Facebook. Regional news briefs. Montrose Pride celebration June 8th at Ceres Park Amphitheatre. Special to the Mirror. Montrose. Montrose Pride will take place June 8th, 2024 from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the Ceres Park Amphitheatre, featuring blank slate, food, vendors, live music, comedy and drag. This is a family-friendly event and all are welcome. Another regional news briefs. Citizens Climate Lobby meets June 3rd, special to the Mirror. Montrose. On Monday, June 3rd at 5 p.m, Citizens Climate Lobby monthly meeting Montrose Safety Complex Meeting, RM, in brackets, Police 434S, First, Non-Partisan National Environmental, all welcome. For info, call 970-765-9095. Regional news briefs. Therapy dogs make a difference at Montrose High School by Krista Brundage, the Montrose High School counsellor. Montrose. For the past 3 years, the students and staff at Montrose High School have eagerly anticipated a special event every 2 weeks. Therapy Dog Tuesday. On these days, the school welcomes a group of adorable therapy dogs, accompanied by their dedicated and kind-hearted owners from the Morningstar Therapy Dogs. The sight of these lovable pups strolling through the hallways and visiting classrooms brings smiles to faces all around. Teachers can request visits from the therapy dogs, ensuring that both students and staff get to experience the comfort and joy these furry friends provide. The initiative, led by Morningstar Therapy Dogs, has become a beloved tradition at Montrose High School. The therapy dogs are more than just cute companions. They offer emotional support and stress relief, contributing to a positive and welcoming school environment. As one student put it, seeing the therapy dogs always brightens my day. It's a great break from the stress of schoolwork, and I always look forward to the Therapy Dog Tuesday. As a student clerk for the counselling office, Blake Riol, who guides the dog owner from class to class, said that watching the students' faces light up when the dog came into their room was very fulfilling. The dogs always brought life wherever they went. The impact of these visits goes beyond just a momentary smile. Research has shown that the interaction with therapy dogs can reduce anxiety and improve overall mental health. For the students and staff at Montrose High School, Therapy Dog Tuesday is a highlight, fostering a sense of community and well-being. Thanks to Morningstar Therapy Dogs and their enthusiastic owners, Montrose High School continues to be a place where both education and emotional health are nurtured. Here's to many more Therapy Dog Tuesdays in the years to come. City Council hears updates from Region 10 Project 7 by Caitlin Switzer. Montrose. Mayor J. David Reed opened the regular work session of the Montrose City Council on Monday, May 20th. Council work sessions are open to the public. We don't take public comment at our work sessions, but we do discuss many topics, most of which will be coming before Council within a couple of weeks. All councillors were present for the session. Introduction of new city employees. The first item of business was the introduction of new city employees. Joining the city team are part-time animal shelter technician Carly Bragg, victim advocate Marissa Abeta, Parks and Special Projects worker Cameron Patterson, staff attorney Greg Stunder. Mayor Reed said, "We're glad to have you on board. We know you'll enjoy your tenure with the City of Montrose." Discussion items. The first discussion item was a report from Michelle Haynes, current Executive Director of the Region 10 League for Economic Assistance and Planning. Region 10 LEAP is one of 14 designated planning and management organisations statewide. Region 10, which is funded in part by area municipalities such as the City of Montrose, serves a 6-county territory that encompasses Montrose, Delta, Gunnison, San Miguel, Ouray, and Hinsdale counties. Haynes outlined the services that Region 10 brings to the community with state and federal funding, including the Small Business Resource Centre, Area Agency on Aging, Retired Senior Volunteer Programme, and regional services such as the Gunnison Valley Transportation Planning Region, Community Economic Development, and the Regional Broadband Network. Region 10 charges a yearly assessment to area municipalities. For 2024, the City of Montrose will be assessed at $19,399, with $10,000 in additional business support. Region 10 is also involved with the CASA, the Court-Appointed Special Advocates, Small Home Village project on San Juan Avenue, helping to support the project with $1.2 million in grant funds, in return for homes being allocated for seniors who will be served by Region 10 AAA and Hilltop Community Resources Case Management Services. We are very excited to work with the CASA to make that project happen, Haynes said, adding that she expects the grand opening to take place in July. The second discussion item was a Project 7 Water Authority update on the Regional Water Resiliency Programme. Project 7 is a collaboration between 7 local water entities, which are the City of Montrose, the City of Delta, the Town of Olathe, the Tri-County Water Conservancy District, the Chipeta Water District, the Minokan Water District, the Uncompahgre Valley Water Users Association. It has been nearly a year since the last update on the Water Resiliency Project, Utilities Manager David Bree said. This project's been envisioned for 20-some years. I think we've gotten some traction in moving forward. He introduced members of the design-build team who presented information. Miles Graham of Project 7 said that there are 3 important points. That we leave here today understanding what the Regional Resiliency Programme is and why it is needed. To go deeper into where they are in the process, the design-build phase. And lastly, to really understand the potential implications to ratepayers and what the most recent financial modelling shows. Project 7 covers the entire Uncompahgre River Valley, he said, and gave a brief history of the Project 7 Water Authority, which was established in 1977. There's been a lot of regional cooperation in delivering water to our valley. We've got a 40-year-plus track record of delivering great, high-quality water to the valley and doing it in a way that shares costs and shares infrastructure. The Regional Water Supply Programme was initiated in 2019 and adding a second treatment facility and water supply source to the existing single source system would reduce risk to the regional drinking water supply from wildfire, drought and infrastructure failure, he said. Elements of the programme will include a new raw water transmission line from Ridgeway Reservoir, a new drinking water transmission line, and a new water treatment facility. Owner's representative and project engineer Rick Huggins of the Gava Consulting discussed the design-build process, and Sagrado Sparks of the McCarthy CDM Smith joint venture discussed the current status of the project and path forward. The numbers are bigger than they were last year, Huggins said. The overall programme is now sitting at $172,394,936. A guaranteed maximum price will be negotiated at the end of this year. The per household cost for all of these steps to get clean drinking water to the city of Montrose is coming in at $40 per month, he said. Grant funds may be available. Early in 2025, we will start construction services. Construction will be ongoing through the middle of 2027, wrapping up in 2028, he said. The final work session discussion item, San Juan 6530 Road Traffic Signal Design Contract Award, was discussed by City Engineer Scott Murphy. Council will consider the award of a professional services contract to low bidder HDR Engineering in the amount of $148,413.72 for completion of design studies and civil design associated with the San Juan Avenue / 6530 Road Traffic Signal Project. Background. A memo from Murphy to Council states the intersection of 6530 Road and the San Juan Bypass, US Highway 50, is controlled by the Colorado Department of Transportation, CDOT, as part of the highway system. As such, before a signal may be installed at the intersection, it is necessary for the traffic volumes to cross established volume thresholds, formerly known as signal warrants. Recent traffic studies performed for nearby residential subdivisions indicate that these signal warrants have been met and a signal project can move forward. The project awarded herein aims to complete the necessary design and permitting with CDOT. Construction of the signal is tentatively scheduled to begin in the third quarter of 2025 and is included in 2025's proposed budget. The city has also been experiencing continued traffic growth at the intersections between 6700 Road and Highway 50 and the intersection of 6450 Road and Highway 50. The traffic growth at 6700 Road is primarily due to completion of its missing link between Sunnyside and Miami roads. In response to this traffic growth and requests from the public, the city also plans to perform formal warrant studies for these two intersections in the late summer of 2024 as part of this project. The driver behind waiting until later in the year is to ensure counts are representative of typical conditions. Traffic volumes are currently skewed due to the Niagara and Hillcrest Tour and construction and bridge closures on Highway 50 east of Montrose. If studies indicate that signal warrants are met at these intersections, the city would then integrate formal traffic signal designs into future budget years. And the last item is council and staff comments. Glassbill said that the Montrose Police and Public Works cleaned up a major trash pile over the weekend. There was a Public Works Expo scheduled at Cerise Park on May 23rd, Breeze said. Montrose will host the District 10 CML conference on May 23rd, Reed said. Mayor Pro Tem Dave Frank said, "I'm the chairman of District 10, so we are looking forward to seeing a lot of our other fellow CML representatives visiting Montrose and seeing the great food at Trattoria Sofia." Councillor Judy Ann Files said there would be a MURA tour on Wednesday. City Manager Bill Bell said, "We can talk along the way. We've got a few projects that are in the works right now, like the Green Line development mixed-use commercial." With no further discussion items, the work session was adjourned. Regional News Briefs. Delta Health hosts 14th Annual Western Slope Trauma Conference. Special to the Mirror. Delta Health hosted the 14th Annual Western Slope Trauma Conference on May 1st and May 2nd to provide vital knowledge and skills for emergency service providers in Colorado. This conference was one of the largest yet, with over 80 people in attendance. Community and regional providers were given educational opportunities that were trauma-related. Day 1 focused on emergency medical service (EMS) providers, and Day 2 focused on inpatient providers such as doctors, nurses, techs, and surgeons. This conference allows our region to stay up to date on how to provide the best care for trauma patients, said Kaylee Wright, RN, BSN, TCRN, Trauma Nurse Coordinator for Delta Health. It provides in-person education on topics that are rising trends or issues being seen within the trauma community. Being a rural region, it is important to be able to offer these types of conferences to our local providers. Each year, the conference gives EMS providers a live event scenario to exercise how they would care for patients in difficult situations. This year, Delta Health had an airway rodeo as their live event. This consisted of 6 difficult airway scenarios. Some examples of the scenarios were a building collapsing with patients trapped inside, which limited visualization and the ability to get to them. They also worked scenarios in which a patient required intubation, upside-down airway management while entrapped in a vehicle, and a pediatric intubation scenario. This live training allowed both our pre-hospital providers as well as in-hospital providers to gain practice on difficult scenarios, said Wright. Hands-on training is huge because it allows for the education to turn into muscle memory for our providers before they even occur, said Wright. It is important that the Delta Health Trauma Program can host this locally to give providers within the region an opportunity to attend an in-person conference that is relatively close to many facilities. This year's conference had 8 different speakers. On Day 1, CareFlight spoke on obstetrical trauma and resuscitation, and a physician from New Mexico spoke on the management of orthopedic injuries in wilderness environments. In addition, there were geriatric trauma lectures and pediatric respiratory lectures. On Day 2, we covered penetrating chest trauma, compassion fatigue, and resilience and trauma case reviews from San Joaquin General Hospital, California, said Wright. We also covered upper extremity traumas provided by a provider from the University of Colorado Hospital Division of Plastic Surgery. The topics were highly informative for participants. I would like to thank all of those who came and supported our conference, as well as those who gave recommendations on topics they would like to hear in the future, said Wright. I am extremely happy with the turnout and appreciate everyone who helped put it together. I look forward to hosting more amazing trauma conferences in the years to come. To learn more about the emergency and trauma services available at Delta Health, visit deltahealthco.org/emergency services or call 970-874-2425. And that's all we have time for today. Thank you for listening to the Montrose and Delta News.